Master your mind. Focus your mind on the right things. One of the reasons why, and this is my opinion, and I don't know anything, but this is my opinion. I think one of the reasons why millennials and the younger generation is so frustrated with not being able to achieve, or not having purpose, or not having a reason to exist, or not having good whatever. It's because they're so distracted. I've built many startups. Most of them have failed. And so Bitcoin is exactly the place that I like to be. We're going to end it right there. A man is what he thinks about all day. A man is what he thinks about all day. That's Ralph Waldo Emerson. Here's another great quote. It's from the late Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Our life is what our thoughts make it. Now, this is what I want to talk with you guys about today. What I want to talk with you guys about today is a very simple idea of what you think about is what you become. What you think about all day is what you will become. Let me repeat those quotes again. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "A man is what he thinks about all day." A man is what he thinks about all day. Now, obviously, there's some clear implications here. You can't just be sitting here all day and thinking about becoming rich or becoming successful or becoming whatever. The idea, however, is that action stems from the mind, meaning action comes out of what you're thinking about. If you think about becoming rich all day, you think about becoming wealthy all day, the idea here is that your thoughts should compel you. Your thoughts should move you to action. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said, the late emperor. He said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Our life is what our thoughts make it. Meaning, whatever we think, we can actually create that life. This is a powerful, powerful idea, and I wanted to kind of mash these two quotes together. Remember, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "A man is what he thinks about all day," which means you can become anything. You can be anything that you believe in your heart that you can be. Now, some of you guys will say, "Pish posh, that's not possible." Peter, come on, I ain't gonna be Michael Jordan. Okay. Within the spectrum of reality, yeah, there's a lot of generally physical, genetic limitations that could preclude you from being successful in basketball or a whole slew of other sports. But don't try to look for the outliers here. I think it's easy to try to argue against these ideas because that's what the mind does, and that's why we're talking about it. A man is what he thinks about all day. Think about what you want to be. Think about what you want to become. This should, don't miss this, spur you, incite you to action. If you want to be a certain type of man, if you want to be a certain type of person, you want to be a certain type of woman, you must take action towards that. Marcus Aurelius says, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." It's so true. Your entire life begins with your thoughts. That's how you see the world. You think about the world. You have perceptions, ideas, worldviews, and they infect the way that you think and behave, for good or for bad. I've talked about this many times, and I've showed this, guys. I've talked about it, but there's no point. You see it all the time. My garage, I dreamed up 3 years before I even built it. I had created this palace, this garage palace, this perfect working environment for myself years in advance of me actually making it. What you think about is what you become. Remember, you have to take action here. What did you dream about as a child? What did you dream about as a child? What did you daydream about as a child? What were the wishes you had? What were the grand ideas that you conjured up? What were the lands and the mystical places that you visited in your mind? Who were the individuals, real or fake, that met you in these amazing conjured up worlds of fantasy? You used to daydream. You used to dream. You used to have goals. What happened? It's very simple. Life happened. You had to begin thinking about the more pragmatic things in life. Getting a job, having a stable salary, earning enough income so you could pay off that mortgage, pay off that house, pay off that ring for that woman that you love. Right? You had to begin thinking about other things. And this is okay. This is natural. However, I think the travesty is, and where the opportunity lies, is that it's time to return back to those dreams, to those goals. Master your mind. Focus your mind on the right things. One of the reasons why, and this is my opinion, and I don't know anything, but this is my opinion. I think one of the reasons why millennials and the younger generation is so frustrated with not being able to achieve, or not having purpose, or not having a reason to exist, or not having good whatever. It's because they're so distracted by mobile apps, mobile games, the internets, dating app. It's just, they're so distracted. The youth of the nation are so distracted. Their minds are thinking about 9,000 different things within the course of a day. And I'll tell you, and you don't need to be a scientist or psychologist or anybody to know this, is that if you're thinking about 9,000 different things in the course of a day, there is no way that you will be successful. Because if you cannot master your mind, then you can't master your actions. You can't master your actions and behaviors, and you certainly, in many cases, can't master your emotions. Therefore, it's going to be pretty hard for you and I to master our lives. I talk about self-programming. I talk about mastering your mind so much, and I repeat it so much, and I don't think I could ever not repeat it enough. It needs to be repeated daily because it's a daily resistance that we fight. The daily resistance that we fight is the inside mind telling you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, you won't do it. Pussy. You won't do it. You're not going to get up. You're not going to pick up that pen. You're not going to type that thing out. You're not going to do it because the resistance is too strong. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "A man is what he thinks about all day." What are you thinking about all day? Go throughout the course of your day today, whenever you listen to this. What did you think about when you woke up? You know, one of the worst things to do in the morning is to check your phone because you immediately start thinking about things that don't matter. Think about it. You immediately wake up, you turn over, you roll over to your phone, and you start getting an injection of consumption goods. Instagram, Facebook, tweeters, text messages, likes, comments, your entire beginning of your world. You just woke up from the dream. You just exited the matrix, guys. You woke up this morning. And the first thing that you're going to put into your mind is shit that doesn't matter. That should probably be one of the first things that we might consider changing in the morning. Is that when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we do is not inject our brains with random nonsense and bullshit, but we wake up first thing in the morning and we turn over to our notebook. We immediately go insular. What did I dream about? What am I thinking about now? What's on my plate? What's on my heart? What is important to me right now as I wake up? These are thoughts that are, I think, far more important to us than the outside world, because we need to wake ourselves up. We need to get ourselves in motion. We need to get ourselves in gear. It is time to act. It's time to do. Time is a ticking, and time is a wasting for some of you. Wake up. What are you thinking about in the morning? What do you think about as you're driving to work? What are you thinking about while you're at work? What do you think about over lunchtime, lunch break, afternoon break number 1, afternoon break number 2, finishing up work, driving home? What are you thinking about all day? Think about all the things that you think about. Especially if you're in a position of, let's just say, financial slavery, in which you have to work to live. If you are in this particular position, you think about a lot of things that are you think about a lot of things that other people are worried about. Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Let's sit on that. Our life is what our thoughts make it. If you want to turn the words around, we could make it like this. We will make in our lives whatever we think about. What, you want to make a mess of your life? Think about messy things. You'll make it. You want to think about joy in life? Think about joy in life. You'll have joy in life. You want to think about wealth? Well, think about wealth. You ain't getting wealth if you just think about it, because your ass got to work for it. Joy, happiness, sadness, these things I can conjure up in my soul. These are things that I can conjure up in my emotions. These are things that I can conjure up in my brain. But you know what I can't conjure up? I can't conjure up money. And so if you want to think about being successful, if you want to think about getting that goal, achieving that thing that's in your heart, maybe it's been so dormant from the years of elementary school, the last time you actually daydreamed and actually dreamed about a life that you really wanted. Maybe it's time to open up the door, open up the soul, let out the cobwebs, and let yourself dream again. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Let's master the mind. Let's focus the mind so that we can focus on things that matter to us, goals that matter to us. Not bullshit, not Instagram, not tweeters, not Facebook, not Snapchat, not TikTok, I could go on and on, not LinkedIn, guys, it's so easy to be distracted with nonsense and bullshit. You want to know what I think about all day? Very simple. I wrote it down. Number 1, I think about all day is growth, positivity. How can I constantly be growing? And how can I be constantly grateful and positive for the life that I have, the opportunities I have, and the people that I'm around? Number 2, I'm always thinking about learning. God, man, I got this new project going on, guys. I'm loving learning. And guess what? Frankly, I have nothing better to do with my time than to learn great stuff. And number 3, I'm constantly thinking about delivering daily, or as close to daily as I can, right? Because I believe that discipline of daily shipping creates a discipline that will guarantee wealth. Let me say that again. A daily discipline of shipping creates a discipline of generating wealth. Because I don't take any days off. And if you want to generate wealth, well, you don't have to go too far. Most people, when they want to generate massive amounts of wealth, they want to be successful, they don't take days off. Daily delivery is my way. It doesn't have to be your way, but daily delivery is my way of ensuring that I will never lose the discipline to make exceptional amounts of money through my own hard work. A couple of things for you guys to think about in today's message. What you think about all day is what you will become. Number 1, remove those daggone distractions. Remove those daggone distractions from your life. Remove them. Write a list down. Be conscious. Be conscientious of what's going on. It's so easy to become passive, a passive consumer. Welcome to the TV. Welcome to television programming, Mockingbird Media, right? That's the whole idea. to move ourselves into a position where we're just consuming with our mouths open, half open, our nose drooling, and our eyes bleeding. Like, that's what the world wants us to do, is just consume and be a slave. Remove those distractions. Number 2, read books. Read books on the human experience, because they'll take you on a trip of someone who is willing to write down what they did in life. You know what? I tell you, the more books that you read on the human experience, the more people that you will encounter who did exceptional things with their lives, and I'm hoping it'll motivate you to begin writing that story in your own life. Number 3, memorize shit. Memorize it. It requires you to focus. Write stuff down. It requires you to focus. That's the whole idea. Master your mind. Program yourself to success. Program yourself to focus. Program yourself to daily ship. Program yourself to continue to remember the goal, the dream that you wanted to achieve. That's what we need to fight every day, is the resistance of the mind. It's the mind. We talked about this before, the battlefield of the mind. I'm right there with you guys. I fight that resistance, that battlefield of the mind every day. Remember, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, a man is what he thinks about all day. Marcus Aurelius said, our life is what our thoughts make it. What are you thinking about today? And what distractions do you need to remove? What books on the human experience should you read? And what should you begin to memorize so that you can begin to flex that muscle of mastering your own mind? This is Peter Saddington, the Bitcoin Lambo. If you like this episode, feel free to share, subscribe, and like. And if you're really savvy, share this with one person today. I appreciate it. Peace out. You're recording, so show it. We're gonna have you do a couple of jumps.
Is Nina out here?
Yeah, this is the life of an Eddie.
You look so weird.
This is the life of an Eddie.
Nina, get off. I'm gonna do some jumps.
Move so Eddie can do the jump. The life of an Eddie. Eddie just looks like a superstar on the TV.
Woo! Oh, this time I'm gonna jump off like.
Do it again. No, he doesn't. Still hurt? Wow. Nice. Good job.
Whee!
Nice attitude. Your best one.
Woo!
Alright, do one more. Do one big one. Go real high.
No, I'm not gonna go really high. Just gonna do right here.
Alright, let's go in the garage.
Woo!
Collect the